Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Triple Threat. Sorry it took so long due to Valentine's Day and
A bunch of scheduling
problems and sickness, illness, and all that other good stuff.
Yeah, I heard you were dying. At least you're okay.
Not dying, but
Yeah,
close.
Shadai was under
But
the weather.
still, we're here for another episode. To my right is the California Kid,
Yo,
and to my left,
Blazing Fury, Karen.
thank you.
I go by both. Blah, but
Yeah, our dear friend is joining us in absence of our friend Pike.
Yeah, we have probably an overload of chocolate on Valentine's Day. But
thank you for inviting me for this evening. I was able to take some time away from default stable.
Oh yeah, the stable. How's the stable doing, by the way?
We're evil, getting more evil as the day passes.
insert kids in the hall joke here. Sorry.
Go ahead.
But well, we're gonna talk about some old topics since we weren't here. Let's get to the hot one. Jack Swagger. For those that been living on the rock or like me throwing up in a bucket, Jack Swagger came back a couple of weeks ago and got him a new gimmick finally.
Well, it's not really a new gimmick. It's more like repackaged.
Yeah.
He's a little bit more hardcore than he used to be. A little bit hard hitting. He has a manager of sorts, Zeb Coulter or something.
Yeah, former writer for TNA, and
Oh.
A good notion. I forgot about that.
yeah, and now working with the WWE and doing the whole Tea Party movement, which to me is kind of a little late to be doing it because pretty much the Tea Party's lost steam in their whole
Like
agenda.
mini. But go ahead.
Yeah, but Swagger came back and he won the Elimination Chamber, which shocked me.
I think that shocked kind of everybody because he came back after like a year of not wrestling. I applaud him for winning, but I did not agree with him winning because he just came back. But I understand what they're doing because they're pushing him. They're really trying to push him against Alberto Del Rio.
This is what I felt. See, this contributes to what I always feel is another of the many problems that WWE has with their booking is they always feel, it just seems to me like they always feel like when somebody comes back, they don't just push them, they shove them.
Off a cliff.
They just shove them. They shove them. You know what I mean?
Down your throat.
Yeah, whatever happened, and I wonder this, like, we've seen this over the past couple years, whatever happened to just rebuilding someone? Like,
they don't have time for that.
Is the money really moving that fast? Man, we can't afford to rebuild someone. We have to just shove them. We have to just throw them into the oven. Like, let's put them out there. Let's let them win this thing.
I think WWE believes that people have short attention spans, and so that's why they keep shoving them into our faces and down our throats. It seems like they don't have time to sit there and just slowly build until you have a character or a wrestler that you come to love and come to root for and come to respect over the years.
But you'd think somebody in development will notice that, we're spoiling the audience. We're making the audience, we're taking away their sensitivity to this. We're desensitizing the audience to a great building of a great character and a great story. We're just totally just tearing that away from, and I'm not even going to say we're tearing that away from this product. We're tearing that away. We're ripping it out, and we're just going to do what we can to make the money. Like, this goes back. Like, why? They shove Swagger out there. They give him this huge win, and this is a huge win. This just wasn't some little. This was, like, in my opinion, like a win that could have gone to somebody else, frankly.
Yeah, it could have gone to somebody else, frankly.
That killed me.
Like, what is up with, Zeb's position in the whole thing. What is up with that? Is he supposed to be his manager? Because
No, I think he's his mouth because Jack Swagger by himself, he sucks on the mic.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
he's
Okay,
very
alright.
He has
terrible.
no
So,
skill.
he needed a manager, and that's one of the good things I liked about it. That they finally gave him a manager that is good enough to help him, with the promos and stuff like
see,
that.
then if they're willing to give him a manager, then why don't they are willing to give someone like Yoshitatsu a manager? Yeah, he doesn't speak very good English, but he's a damn good wrestler.
Because WWE doesn't care about Japanese wrestlers.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, that's
I
been
mean-
going on for years.
I mean, I wish they would, but Vince doesn't take time into people that aren't homegrown talent, which is sad.
It just doesn't appeal to him. I don't think it ever has. It's one of those things. He's still looking at it as he still has this, and to some degree, I saw at points where he tried to move away from it, but he has this just mentality that, it has to be the larger than life, as he always says, the larger than life characters. I remember JR talking about this. It's a larger than life, That's what they're always thinking.
But the larger life characters always have, faults and failures. I'd rather have
Ultimate Warrior. Let's go all the way back. Let's go back. I mean, King Kong Bundy. He could work a little bit, but I mean, what was he really?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Let's really dig into it. I'll go into the more sillier ones like Bastion Booger.
Oh God. They are going old school tonight, so might as well go old school.
Yeah, let's go there. Yeah, let's go there. What about
As long as they don't bring the gobbler back, I'm okay.
Oh God, I hope they don't do that. But then Vince's proposal.
But then again, we're 3 months, well, actually 4 months away from past Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, we are, and not to mention Vince's proposal at one point to change Vader's name to the Mastodon. Oh, we can go all day on this. We can talk about all these terrible, larger than life ideas that Vince McMahon comes up with, but
But to the point, Swagger needed a new gimmick. The whole All-American thing was getting old.
He's still considered All-American. It's just that if you look at his previous gimmick, it was more like Kurt Angle 2.0, but failing.
Yeah, because he can't live up to Kurt. To me that's kind of unfair for him to be put to try to be Kurt Angle because nobody can be Kurt.
No one.
Nobody.
But the thing is, WWE has a habit of rehashing characters.
Oh, it's a terrible habit. It's one of the worst habits imaginable.
There's no really unique characters.
No, there isn't. They're scared to do it because they're afraid to take the risk.
Yeah.
Oh God, we can't take that risk. We got to make sales. We got to sell merchandise. We're gonna go into the red. Well, here's a clue, WWE. You're going into the red right now. You may not be there yet, but you're heading in that direction, and there's nothing you can do about it until you make some changes, which you did at one point, but then you made the stupid decision of taking the belt off Punk. I'm not going to go there. Go ahead.
I think everyone is upset with that. As Blasian Fury, and I'm really upset with that. I love CM Punk. He was one of the greatest champions. I wanted them to have it for 2 years.
Me too.
So, they could build up the significance of the WWE champion. And they really didn't have anyone to, for him to go against. No one legitimate.
We spoke about this on last show as well. I remember, that was when, we talked about this. All three of us went over this very in quite detail. For you folks want to go back an episode and check it out. We went into very stiff detail about champions, but that's another show.
But like I said, his gimmick now is the whole Tea Party, and it caused a lot of buzz. Fox News is getting on WWE about making fun of, which I really don't care about what Fox News is feeling, especially with the whole Obama thing. Well, so they can,
shove it, like we've been talking about shoving. Like, instead of pushing, they can shove it.
I was gonna suck it, but that's
either way.
But
thank you, sir.
I know, Karen, you had some thoughts about it, so you want to address.
The whole Tea Party thing issue, it's a little, too late because it really doesn't hold significance right now. Every time I see those little video vignettes that they have, it kind of reminds me of like a homegrown terrorist. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I'm kind of like, wow, that's kind of.
Okay, let me stop for 1 second. The views of Karen is Karen's own, and
Yeah, that is my views. This is my views.
And nobody does not reflect everybody at Triple Threat. I just want to point that out for legal reasons. All right, go ahead.
You continue.
But we do believe in the First Amendment.
That's what every time I see it, I'm like, wow, you're kind of, it's kind of like seeming more like the homegrown terrorist, because you're talking about immigration and everything and yada yada yada. Listen, dude, I understand you're an American. You want to make things, right for America. But the thing is, America was made and built off of backs of immigrants.
She's got a point. I mean, come on now. This is something that's like fact here. We're not going too political here, but it is fact.
Yeah, I mean,
this is not.
This
really,
is how I feel. The way I feel about it is, if you want to be Tea Party, that's your right as an American. I'm not going to judge you on who you believe or not. But when you start saying people like Sarah Palin should be president, then I'm going to have a problem, because Sarah Palin does not deserve any office, in my opinion.
I, as a woman, will have to agree with that, because I believe she's an idiot.
Thank you.
I'm totally following suit here. That's true.
Then we got guys like Donald Trump, who we'll discuss later, who want to, ask the president for a birth certificate and act like he done something when really he hasn't done anything to discredit the president. It just...
He does his little rain dance and tries to get something to happen. He's going to get out there.
I just think it's just, people that I won't say are racist. I just think it's their excuse to try to act like, because not everybody is racist. I'm not going to say that the whole Tea Party is racist. It's just that some things I don't agree with what they're doing, and I think that some of them are using it to try to cover what their real agenda is. But I don't think that everybody reflects, one evil person's ideal. But, it's you got to take some of the good with the bad, because it is their First Amendment rights, no matter how dumb some people might think it is.
And you make a good point, taking the good with the bad, because looking at, here's something that I put on my to-do list, and this goes for everybody out there. It's good that we take a break right now off of the subject of Raw for just a quick second. I wanted to just say that take a moment when you get a chance, find some kind of public resource to look up the Republican Party doctrine and read it, and just see, this is on my things to do list, just to see what that party actually stands for. We always talk about the Republican Party. We always listen to what they have to say. We always get mad. We always throw a fit. But let's read the doctrine and see what in there is truly as terrible as we think, and why these people are so intent on doing some of the things that we consider completely absurd. Maybe it's the root of the problem that we need to look at. I've heard from some people that the Republican doctrine has some pretty racist stuff in there. I have heard from some people that some things in the Republican doctrine are staunchly American as well. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I'm not one to say because I haven't read it yet. But I think it's good just to know these things. I think it's good to research. And at the same time, nobody can deny that the Republican Party has agendas that definitely do not favor a vast group of Americans. I mean, if you heard what they were saying during the debates and how they flip-flopped, I mean, Ryan, I mean, did anybody listen to that?
Yes.
The flip-flopping, the lying,
yes.
It's right out there. I mean, it was out there on the floor.
Yeah.
This is amazing,
Yeah, but
if you do your research, you come to realize, because I have done research when I was in college, that the Republican Party, like way back in the day, used to have a lot of black members.
Oh, it was black. The Republican Party was like, black. I mean, it was. I remember when the Federalists were the enemy, or the reading about that, or when what's it called? There was Federalists, Whigs, Republicans, and the Democrats. We were reversed. Like the Democrats were the evil people.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Now history has changed.
Yeah, this going to that, and if you folks like don't understand where we're going with this, we're talking about a gimmick in wrestling that has, or an angle in wrestling that has taken a direction that kind of either they're parroting the politics, or they're just using it to gain, to gain some notoriety for just controversy.
Attention, yeah.
Yeah,
let's just end with this. For people that aren't familiar with WWE and haven't grown up like us have, let's remember, Vince McMahon is a guy that put stupid parodies in his product.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Triple H, Kane, Mark Henry, all got on the damn list.
I mean, this is a guy that had his son-in-law have sex with a corpse.
Quote unquote.
And I mean, this is a guy who had a bunch of racial overtone, had a guy like Shelton Benjamin. I mean, before Brodus Clay, it was Shelton Benjamin with the whole mama routine, big mama routine. And if I remember correctly, wasn't it a couple of weeks ago that they had Brodus Clay say that he lived to jump and jive?
Yeah, like CM Punk had made a little promo cut about Brodus Clay shuffling around doing junk and jive and stuff like that, and then Brodus Clay is like, "I was born to do this," and I was like, "Really?
Yeah.
No, you're paid to do this. I know that."
And then, you could call Vince, actually, in fact, I would actually be willing to say that Vince McMahon is a hypocrite of the, if Vince McMahon was wife is a Republican, but if Vince McMahon also is a Republican, which probably he has no choice in the matter, I'd say he's a hypocrite because you couldn't necessarily call what he does, even to this day, conservative. Yeah. His business is not a conservative business.
No.
Could you look at the product and say it's conservative?
I don't think he cares anymore now that his wife lost like 2 Senate races. But
hey, there was pay cuts, and if anybody knows, Fred told me some people, I'm not going to say that I've heard from down the grapevine that there were a lot of pay cuts. Allegedly, yeah, thank you. Allegedly, there were pay cuts after that.
But let's just end on this. I don't think
it was allegedly. I think it was real.
Well, let's just end on this one with the quote from Lewis Black. The Democrat blows and the Republicans suck. All right.
Nice.